Okay, the third point is about perspective. About perspective. Especially if you are starting to teach responsibility to your children at a later stage, at the later ages. Perspective meaning how your child sees that particular job and how you see it. Okay, you see as if you want your children to like tidy the mess, you see that as basic responsibility of a child. But for a child, he's least bothered. He's okay if the room is messy, right? So you as a parent needs to understand that for a child, a clean room and a messy room, he doesn't see any difference. Only when you understand a child's perspective, your words are aligned to teach him a certain thing. Otherwise, it's just going to be venting out the frustration in the name of teaching responsibility. So remember to understand your child's perspective, okay? And slowly teach him that. Start one thing at a time. Just pick one. If you're picking like cleaning the room, I think that is what you can focus on for the entire year. Do not even move on to the next one. If you're focusing on helping your child eat on his own, then I think that is what you can focus on for the next 1 year, nothing else. So one thing at a time is how children can grow. Why? Because for children, eating and tidying up and studying, that is something which is not their priority at all. For children, the only priority is playing. Correct? So if you ask them to play, they play for whatever time, because that is something they want. Something which they do not want is what we got to teach them one thing at a time. So understand the child's perspective. Otherwise, it's just going to be tug of war in the house. It's not going to be easy. Right? Okay. So the fourth point that I have is setting up expectations. I'm going to take some time to explain what this means, okay? It is not as simple as, yeah, go clean your room. For a child, go clean your room is hardly something he focuses on. Maybe I've said it and he's forgotten the very next second, right? So if you are conveying something to your child, make sure the expectation that you're setting is very clear. I'm going to give you proper distinction between go clean your room. This is one way of telling your child. The second way of telling him is make sure your room is clean before you go to bed. That is one point. Here, just by saying this, you are giving him enough space to decide when he wants to do it, right? Here there is no dictation. You're not being there sitting on his head like a Hitler and telling go do it. You're giving him enough space to choose his right time to do it. The second way of setting clear expectations is this. Tell him where the books have to go, where the toys have to go, where the clothes have to go. How are you going to do it? Used clothes, where it should go. Unused clothes, where it has to go. Toys, like the smaller toys, a separate compartment, like a bigger toy, separate compartment. Story books, a certain place. Academic books, a certain place. These have to be shown for at least like a week. You got to be there with your child doing that activity. So it registers in your child's mind. Because cleaning his room is definitely not his priority, so he wouldn't pay attention. So spend enough like a week or 10 days time in just doing it with him. Just keep talking about the fun that he has had while you're cleaning the room together. And meanwhile, keep telling him in between that, okay, listen, used clothes in the laundry basket, fresh clothes here in this left cupboard, whatever you want to choose, right? Make sure you make it a fun conversation. Don't say, come on, let's sit. Now I'm going to give you a lecture on cleaning the room. I'll tell you what thing has to go where. Sit, let me talk. No, don't make it an official, conversation. Slip these things in between. Just have a fun time together. While doing this, over a period of time, set those expectations. Tell him, by the time you sleep, your room has to be done. Okay? That is setting clear expectations. He knows what has to go where. And once you say this, by the time, you go to sleep, it has to be done. So in case you enter his room, maybe like 8ish in the evening, and you see everything is messy, please don't go and say, oh, come on, look at this, how messy the room is. It freaks me out. I feel so uncomfortable. My head doesn't work at all if I see a messy room. Leave that. It's fine. It's his room. He is okay with the mess. Since you have conveyed it so clearly that he will do it before bedtime, you wait until bedtime. You got to wait until bedtime. That is my fourth point, is setting clear expectations. The fifth point is holding your children accountable. Now, what is this? What is accountability? That means before going to sleep, right? Maybe you guys sleep at like 9:30 or 10. So at 10 o'clock, you go and actually check if it's done. But how will you check? Going and, in case the room is still messy, say you have not done, it's 10 o'clock, why didn't you do it? This is not accountability. This is yelling. This is venting out frustration. Accountability meaning you're supposed to do something before 10. Have you done it? You don't even enter the room. Just from outside, you're going to ask, you're supposed to do something before 10. Have you done it? It's like a gentle reminder. Accountability also doesn't mean until it's 10 o'clock, like you keep throwing or keep reminding them n number of times in between. No. You wait until 10 and then ask. Just ask. You don't even have to go and check. Stay outside and just ask. And you just be maybe sitting and, okay, is it done? It's 10. You're supposed to finish something, right? Is it done? Based on the answer, if he says yes, then great, good job. Leave it. Don't overpraise them. Why? Because this is something that has to be done by anybody in the world. He's not done he's not achieved something brilliant. So it requires acknowledgement, not overpraising. If you overpraise for such little things, okay, then he will start doing things not to not to take care of his responsibility, but to seek your approval, seek your praising. So what you can do is just say, great, okay, great, that's it. So just make it another casual thing in the house. Don't be too proud. Oh, my child cleaned it, and I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. Not required. That's just melodrama. Not required. And if it says no, then okay, I'll wait for I think I'll sit here for 5-10 minutes until you do that, and then we'll sleep together. You will just say that. Over the top expression, action, words is not required. Keep it as subtle as possible. And wait for him to finish it for the next 10 minutes. If it's still not done, like, all okay? Do you need something? Do you need my help? Start a conversation. The first time he might not understand this because it's the first time. Over a period of time, because you're having this casual conversation and not making a responsibility a huge deal in your house, and you're making it just another casual discussion, over a period of time your child will understand it. Remember, I want to stress on over a period of time. For that, your patience level, it's going to be checked like almost every single day. You cannot lose your patience. You cannot lose your calm. You lose your patience and calm and start yelling, then the entire thing is done. It's waste. That is not called teaching responsibility. It's called venting out frustration. right? That is what I had to share about this. Take care and have a wonderful week ahead. I'll see you next Monday. So if you want to continue your learning journey, then I want you to click the link in the description box and be a part of my closed Facebook group called Parenting with Ease, wherein you can attend the Monday lives that I do every week. All right, I'm going to see you there. Take care.